Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Coffee Conversation Show powered by the Emerging India Forum TIFF and our technology partner Prime Infotech Solution. I am Jolly Singh, co-host at Coffee and associate with Prime Infotech Solution. This is the series of the emerging cybersec professional, and today's theme is from data quality to data privacy, where we explore the journey of remarkable professionals shaping the future of cybersecurity and data governance. Today, we have the pleasure of hosting Anupam Sharma, the APAC Data Governance Manager at Elait. With over 13 years of experience in data management, data warehousing, and data privacy, Anupam has established himself as a leader in the field. He combines his extensive business acumen with technological expertise to produce tangible business impacts. Join us as we delve into his professional achievements, the challenges he faced, and his insights, balancing a demanding career with personal life. A very warm welcome to you, Anupam.
Pleasure to be here. I would say, this has really been good. Yep.
It's our pleasure as well. Um, uh, Before we get into the conversation, let me just brief you about the flow. We would be having 3 rounds in total. The first round is the professional questions round. The second round is the personal questions round, and we end the entire conversation with a very fun rapid fire round, where we also have a small surprise for you if you answer really well. So embrace yourself, like legit embrace yourself, and let's get started with the very first round, which is the professional questions round. And my very first question to you would be that what inspired you to specialize in data governance and data management?
Again, thank you, Jolly, and the team to having me over here. Inspiration, or you can say, this one is one of the thing which I would like to proceed for next 20 years or so, I would say. I did my master's back 2010, and then, jump into some programming things. There later on, I realized that warehousing, data structures, programming, that helps the industry actually, Jumping into the data governance back in 2015, if you guys know that digital evolution of the things have been started, and where this all data governance and data management started in a way that everyone is looking for the data governance. Everyone is looking for quality. Everyone is looking for that how my data is going to be secure enough, how I trust into my data. So those all kind of those questions been circling around in industry, as well as when I'm just working into that flow. In 13 years, the first 6 years I'm into the programming. Next 8 years I'm into the technical to business. So my transformation is something like I'm being a technical guy, and then I'm transformed to the business side of it. So I would say I'm just liking it, talking with people, going within a technology, how the data shapes in the industry. I really like that one. So, and like I said, I love to do this one for next 20 years, so that's actually pretty much thing which inspires me, and I'm being over here, right now. Yep.
Okay. So was that transition smooth from being the technical guy to handling over the business side of the technology? How was it?
It's not simple, I would say. When I'm being a technical, I thought that it's been more challenges being over there, because there are technical challenges. 10 years back or 12 years back, the Google is being over there, YouTube is being over there, but you cannot find that much kind of content where, you need to line by line code everything, So many challenges is being over there. But the thing is that coming from that technical background to business background is actually a shape. I thought that it's been a challenge, but when I come to the business part where I'm just dealing with people, actually, it's really been convincing people. Really been I think, tough task than the machines, I would say. So, and I just learning that curve from 16 onwards, that, okay, initially it's been really been tough. Okay, I just come up with some solution, and there is the people say, though, no, I do not understand that one. Can you go with something else? So humanizing that part, converting from technical to business side of it, actually, that's really been, I think, a challenge. But now I just find that one not an easy. Still, new person, new methodology, new thinking process, new industry, new things are being coming. So it gives a lot of learning that I found, actually. Yeah.
Definitely. Can you describe your role and responsibilities as the APAC Data Governance Manager at Elait?
Yeah, so I'm leading Asia Pacific region right now. And I'm leading this from the last, I think the earlier organization also, I'm Asia Pacific lead. So, working with all the Asian Pacific, globally, I work with multiple different, companies in terms of client, I would say. But in terms of regional perspective, there are Chinese people, there are people from Singaporean, there are Malaysian, Australian, Israel. So all of these people, different community. I really like that one, actually. You came to understand new things when it comes to my roles and responsibilities. So basically, leading a region is a one thing, but if you go through the whole of the data governance thing, it comes with three different pillars, which comes with your people. People could be your stakeholder from inside organization and outside. That could be your clients. There are processes aligned to your businesses. That could be related to data processes. That could be some day-to-day processes being over there related to data. And then there is a very interesting part is being over there technology. So which actually people and processes basically design and decide the things, and technology which actually drive your business. So I'm dealing with all these three pillars, and additionally, I'm just mentoring the people who are being with me right now. Yeah. So that is a part of my.
Being a lead of the Pacific lead, Asia Pacific lead, can you share any successful project story that you have had, like led, that had a very significant impact on the organization, or was like a personal success for you, or anything?
I think not only one. In last 8 years, where I just transform myself from technical to business, there are, and I'm just leading the region also. There are, I think, 7 or 8 or 10 projects maybe where I'm being a part of, or maybe where I'm being leading the things also. I can take an example of one of I can state name also. There is one organization in whole of Australian government, which is having some 56 entities. If I took an example in an India context, like a Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Corporate, similar to that one, there is a whole of Australian government for which I work with 56 entities. The time we deploy that project, and just think about the data size, they have some 6,000 different locations. 6,000 is just a number, but when we count it to the transaction side, it's going to be in billions actually. So 2018, when that project had been started, and 2020, where it's actually get accomplished. So 2 years when we just deploy it, there are challenges because there are multiple different stakeholders from government, multiple different things inside that particular organization itself. And there are multiple different people from the on-site side where I just work with. So giving a strategy, data strategy point of view to the, to our stakeholders, to our clients, basically, they are able to give the insight, to take the insight, because earlier their data is being something like, in silos. It sits in silos. They are not able to go with some data-driven culture. They have the data, but they are not able to see those insights. The time we deploy it, we did data management, we go with the data quality point of view, we go with the data security, who can access those things actually. They are able to see those things. How many people are accessing my data? Because that is right now, if you see, many people have been talking about data privacy, but data privacy is the same thing equal to data security. I think many of people are getting confused, So I took data privacy separately to the data security actually, and then there are compliances. So I would say the similar to this note, whole of Australia government. Then there are there are actually telecom clients being over there, financial, similar to this space, where we set up the data governance actually. And that helped the client. And definitely we get some good appreciation and get some awards also.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, Anupam. So I have two questions, two very say attached questions that I'm just going to put forward to you. The
Mhm.
first would be, would you like to state the difference for our audience? As you mentioned that people get confused between data privacy and data security. So
Mhm.
what is the crucial difference between the two? First thing. Um, okay, please answer and then I'll continue with the second question.
I'm been in a conference speaker last year in Mumbai actually, and we are actually giving this insight about data security and data privacy. So if I go with the privacy and security, security is in a, I think, layman language to help everyone to understand it. So suppose you are living in a society, okay, and there is a guard outside that society who is, taking care of the security of your whole that building's been over there. Now, one thing is being over there. There are, first thing, data security in context to that security guard is the one that, okay, this person is going to secure our building. Okay. So I would call that one as a data security. Now, privacy is something like there are some rules which are being given to that person that, okay, this person, if there are somebody coming from delivery, there are some X number of person who are not from the society, what kind of rules given to that person is something like those are coming to the privacy rules, and this is similar context, I would say, happens in the industry in terms of privacy and security. Coming onto your phone also, okay, they're always coming with an updates, right? That's okay. There is an update you need to do. So what is that? That is actually coming to the patch management where your security getting updated. Sometime your application getting updated with that one, right? But in context to privacy, it's related to that particular phone as well as your applications. You saw that WhatsApp, whenever we see those things, your chat is being encrypted, so those privacy points is being coming from that point. So I would go with security separately, then privacy, so that people are not getting confused. So this is actually a simple difference I can state with a layman point of view to help people.
That was awesome actually, and I am very sure that a very even a kid would understand right now the example that you have just took and to explain this. Um, Now data has become such an important thing in our day-to-day life,
Mhm.
not even for the technical guy, people who are working in the industry, but for the common person as well. And the amount of cases that we have been noticing about the data breach and having several news and articles about this thousand of data has been breached by this popular company and
Yes.
yeah, so what is your opinion about it, how people should address the situation, what the government and the organizations should consider? What is your thought behind it?
I think, Jolie, I I would, definitely, these are really been a concern for holistically whole of our society. And I took one example, and because I, I like to give examples all the time, you know, I had my, one of a conversation couple of, I think 3 years back with my father,
Right.
and they, they are not utilizing any, social media, or, even they are being very far with that one. But maybe they are being, when they are in office, there are some people who are utilizing the Facebook, but there is somebody who created their account with their name and created some email, and, I told him, Papa, somebody created your, you
Fake
know,
account.
what's the big deal about that one? So,
Okay. Yes.
the interesting point is that one key interesting thing is that, that happens like that one. And then they said, I told them, what kind of implication happens with that, somebody asks ransom with somebody, and, your account being, something like that, So after that conversation, I think, um, similar to this, I think we are 140 plus crore people right now. And similar to this one, we could, there are people, they are having a literacy gap in terms of data, that, okay, how my data is getting utilized by the people, So my thoughts onto this one is something like, a literacy point of view, we need to educate people. We need to, it could be start from a home, from, anybody who know about the technology. And it could be start, definitely government took steps, organization took steps, but it's an individual also who can be aware that, okay, if I'm utilizing any of the application, does it harm my phone, my tablets, my system? So that's individual, I think, responsibility as well. Before going into any links, we all the time see those things into the RBI point of view also, So RBI 20 years back, they have something advertisement that paisa aapka, faisla aapka, something like. Now they have changed that thought to, uh, you know, it's your data, your responsibility. So do not link anything. You do not click on anything before you trust onto that one. So it's a lot of advertisement are being over there, but it's been, again, people still trap onto that one. I'm just recently going through one of a book. Is cyber and cyber, if you can go onto that one also. It's really been too many stories being over there, which I'm just going through. So I really like that one. But yeah, it's been all about the education, which can, I think, whole of a society could, for the goodwill point of view.
Yeah, and like people just tapping allow just to like file,
Yes.
just speeding up the
Yes.
process of installing an app on the phone and just giving the permissions out, not realizing what kind of permissions they are giving.
Additional to that one, there is something, if you might heard about that one too, there is a Digital Personal Data Protection Act last year, which is
Yes,
passed for
yes,
India, from India context. It's yet not, released by the rules, maybe next month.
it has not been enacted yet. Yes.
So maybe after that, we can see some more frequent thing in BFSI sector first. Then we can see the other industry as well, So let's see, that's actually the future which has been coming all along. Yes.
And also the big companies, the big leaders in technology, they have been there has been news coming of one organization selling the this billion of data to this company, and this you better know how these
I,
transactions
I
happen.
tell
And
you
so
one thing. I tell you
yes,
one. When I'm being a programmer, actually,
right.
it should not be state, live also, but so there is a gray field web scraping, actually, web scraping and web harvesting. I actually work into that area also. and how to data, and that, that organization, I'm not going to speak the name of them. But the thing is that everyone is looking others companies data, other companies, what they are being utilizing. Even the movement, whatever we are being talking right now, maybe that's going to be captured somewhere also, right? So I would say I'm just working into that part, and I came to know how the data could be captured from the website and how it's going to be utilized by the organization later on. The one single record is being sell somewhere $1,000 to other people, and that's too much actually. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know about. I'm not going to state a lot of things about it. What I'm
Trust,
going to be, I'll just.
trust me, as a non-technical person, I have so many questions like for you now. Just to
Yeah.
like small questions that I want to know, and you being like you have answered those questions. I have like included some of my questions into the questionnaire, but
Please.
I would give it a hold right now and move towards the next question that data management and every data governance being such a dynamic field and profession. So, how do you stay updated with the latest trends and advancements in data governance and privacy?
Jolie, I am a learner guy. So basically, if I get an updated, basically I attend many of the webinar. If you see my calendar all the time, there are some webinars being listed down. So I follow many of the content and many of the people basically in the industry, inside India, outside India, both. And just try to see, suppose if I'm stating something right now differently, maybe the other person, how he can or she can is going to be state that a similar thing. So to get on a thought, I always attend those webinars, attend those conferences wherever I got on a chance to jump in. So I'm being over there all the time, in terms of technology, in terms of new trends, I always been over there. Yes.
Okay. What skills do you think are crucial for someone in your position to be successful?
Okay, so to getting successful into the data governance, I would go with some of the very core things which I stated earlier also, that people, process, technology, definitely people point of view, a good stakeholder management, people should know how to manage, how to talk with the people, what kind of strategy they are going to utilize when working within a data, basically, and up to with the technology, that what technology, if they are being that particular industry is being working within a cloud or on premises, how to migrate their data, what kind of on transition thing they can do with. So this is one aspect. Another thing is being over there is from a strategy point of view. People, whenever anything is being coming to you, what kind of strategy you're going to give, that from starting till end, how the data is being uh, traveled. People should know about that one. 10 years or 12 years or 15 years back, people do not care about these things. But right now, everyone wants to track their where are the issues, that comes with the RCA, root cause analysis, really being important. Then there are concept of the lineage point of view, that who people, because it's been all about the people centric, data centric, and technology centric thing. So people should, definitely these skills are being really been important. And negotiation, I would say, negotiations really mean, how you articulate people whenever you're talking with them, so, and help them understand. Basically, I work with some 60 plus people who do not know about data, who do not know about the processes, technology, no, they only know about their business. So it's really been important. If there are some points are been missing, why it's been missing, how it's been missing, if I give to you, so there are these kind of things that's really been important, um, in terms of, if you go and grow into this field, basically. Yeah.
And you do that very well, actually, because we got to know a lot of like the meaning of and understanding of the technical terms that we as layman people were not aware of.
I'm
So
trying to this webinar or I think this podcast to be a more layman rather
yeah,
than also you or other people also get understand what.
we would love to like join in and hear what you have to like say about these, because it's a very important issue to be addressed. It's not about just having this interview that I am just mentioning, because data privacy, data management is not something a lot of people are aware about, and they are subconsciously uh, giving out so much
Hmm.
of their life out in the web that it's like said now, the you would better know that once a part of your life has been captured digitally, it remains forever and it can never be deleted from the web.
Yeah, and Jolly, we are living in this world where we are leaving footprints of technology. It's not something in 100 years back where the footprints are, it's really been rare. But now, in 100 years later, when somebody from our family, okay, our photos are being over there, they can see, they can feel it.
Right.
It they cannot feel, but basically they can see it. That what previously our ancestor did, you know.
Hmm.
So that's point of view. We are both sides, privacy point. We are unsecure and
Absolutely.
good from the technology point we are advancing, but yeah, there are both sides of it, good and bad.
Yes, and I guess like our upcoming generation would be more aware as compared to our the previous generation. We are like in the middle of it. Some of them understand, some of them are not aware. But the next would be in a better place. Do you think?
I think there are two aspects of it. Definitely, they've been aware, but at the same side, um, everyone is being on a phone right now. Everyone is on a laptops, and the mental piece is something. And mentally wise, they are, if somebody you can tell them, do this calculation by yourself,
Oh, trust me.
so that's actually the other part of it, so if might you saw machines are learning and we are
Yeah.
we are just see that machine are learning and
We have started unlearning, you can say, because earlier we were very much capable to do like a lot of things by ourselves, but right now we are very much dependent on technology.
this is how I can put this, machines
Yeah,
are
and
we are complete.
absolutely,
Humans
absolutely,
are.
a very brilliant way to put it out. What role do you think that technology play in enhancing the data governance, and because the advancement needs to be happening on a very daily basis, the being given the dynamic nature and everything, so
Mhm.
is it important to be aware of the technology, uh, available technology, all about it?
um I can put it this way. Yes, definitely for data governance, not only data governance, for any of the business, I take it through from the business point of view because it's run on
Hmm.
the business point of view things and all. So definitely technology is not driving the things right now. 10 years back, there is a different technologies, different tools. If I talk about myself, yes, I utilize that one. But if I talk right now about those tools, they are in somewhere into the archival or somewhere, So new things are being trended. Open source is being on the culture right now, and smartphone. If we talk about, there are less cameras being over there now. The one picture, I think it's 250 MB, somewhere it's
Yes.
1 GB is, big
Oh,
data is being over there, right? So the thing is that in terms of technology who handle this whole data, I think it's really play an important role. So, and I can place this the other way also, is something like technology definitely play an important role, but it's basically people who will decide the technology, which technology is good for business, which technology is good for their insights, basically. So it's in a people or human being, because technology does not decide itself that which technology the company is going to use. So it's in a people inside that organization who will play an important role over there. So one wrong tool chosen, technology chosen, could disrupt your whole business, and secondly destroy your business also. So this has really been important in terms of that one. So, and maybe next 10 years we will see a lot changes coming through. Yeah.
Definitely. Last question for this round, that how do you ensure compliance with data privacy regulations across different regions in your role, being given you are the Asia Pacific head? So how are you handling these?
I think a part of it I answered earlier, the DPDPA, digital
Yeah.
thing. But yes, from the last, I would say 8 years, 8 to 9 years, 2016, when GDPR got introduced in Europe. Afterwards, it's in a need of an hour. Like we talk about the digital footprints we are utilizing day by day. And so the thing is that it's till the time we are utilizing more and more technology and devices and all, right? There are more and more of adoption of these regulations and compliances are being required. So GDPR is in a one. Then if you heard about in US, there is HIPAA.
Yeah.
HIPAA is being utilized for healthcare. There is an ACOPA, which is used for Children Online Protection Act. There is a CCPA, which is utilized for consumer protections, basically. There are SOX compliances. Now we are listening about, DPDPA already been over there. In Saudi, there are, differently every single country putting their individual online protection act in terms of data. So this data privacy comes into the, and every single these regulations or compliances, basically, they are being tied up with multiple different principles, basically. That would categorize into consent management, can go into the cross-border data transfer, so which data needs to be PII data, personal identifiable data, and PHI, personal health information data, we've been over there. So these are, key important things whenever been working in BFSI, banking, finance, in sector and insurance, basically. These all key terms are being utilized over there. Now it's been depend upon in which country the business is, So, and we need to learn that one. And separately, we need to go with, like in India, if we talk about, there is SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. There is an IRDA, there is an RBI, different compliance regulations with that Data Protection Act as well, So we need to be being aware about that one, whenever we're working with those particular organizations. Really been important for us. Yes.
Definitely. So that is it for our first round, which is the professional questions round. We are towards our next round, which is the personal questions round, where we would be trying to getting to know you like better. So starting with the very first question, how was your school, college, and like the formative years of you when you started working in the industry?
Okay. Okay, so I'm being very conservative person. In my school days, I'm not being that much sharp, I would say. I'm not sharp. I'm an average guy.
No, you're not.
But yeah, yeah. So average, conservative. But yeah, I'm being. I like to have whatever my old school friends. I'm being with them all the time. I'm being stick with them right now also, and I like that something like that. I'm being and instead of friendship zone, something like that. I'm during that time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And when I'm being in a college, yes, So yeah, interesting stories being over there. I can put some of them. Bunking class is one of a hobby for all of us. So,
Definitely.
so and I really miss those chemistry labs. Actually, I'm a science student also, so I miss those chemistry labs where I do not know what kind of practical we did, which
That
actually.
titration we did. Even I was a science student. The
So,
titration, the struggle for to get
yeah,
that perfect color. Oh
yeah.
my god.
So actually, those are very memorable. We never attend those labs even, but whenever we attend, we're really going to, take some, a lot of things, over
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
push,
And like, what about your college memories?
Yeah, so that is one of them, bunking classes, during that time, there is very interesting thing is being over there. Um, it's in politics. So in colleges there are main politics, but now there is nothing. In terms of there are elections also. There is an ABVP, SFI, NSI. Um, so those kind of culture also I saw in my graduation.
Right.
Moving to the masters, that's totally different professional degree. The number of bunking classes which I did in bachelor's, I think I attended all of my professional classes when I'm being into the masters.
You just compensated the classes that you bunked.
It's something like that. So yeah, that's really been interesting, and it's really been tough for me when, 3 years without bunking classes, and it's really been tough during that time in masters. But yeah, it's really been good time also being over there apart
Uh,
from home and just yeah.
yeah, yeah. What hobbies or activities do you enjoy in your free time?
Okay, so free time, yeah, I actually read books, and I love to do that one. I love to read articles also, like I mentioned earlier, webinars. So that is good for data side or my professional side, but I always thinking from a humanizing point of view that how, if that problem in professional, something like that, how I can see that thing in my day-to-day routine, how I can solve that thing. So reading books is one of that. And I really got some ideas, really good ideas from there also. Articles and another thing. I do chanting and yoga also. Um, so it's been a routine basically for myself.
Okay, and what about unwinding after a very long and hectic day at work?
I think a good discussion with my father because okay, there are loss and stress and things are being over there. So it's been good whenever I talk to my father or mother. Okay, there is something really going bad. Why are you thinking about it? Just trust on God. We did also find this struggle when we are into your
Right.
age. Oh, why are you thinking so much? So I think those discussions, I think 30 or 40 minutes or discussions, we talk a lot of things. And that actually helps me into the stress. When I'm extremely stressed, I think a good type of nap or sleep, I think that helps me also. Yeah.
Okay. Do you like to travel? If yes, what are some of your favorite destinations?
I like to travel. I like to travel, and some of my itinerary is being something like I wish I can complete all those 12 Jyotirlinga in India at least. And there is another wish which I have. I wish I could visit Kailash. So
Yeah.
that is with Kailash Mansarovar.
Yes,
So
yes.
these two things are being into my bucket. I just want to be somewhere, some part. I'm just telling my father, we have to. So let's see.
Yes. Even that is like on my bucket list as well. And I have been. How many of them you have like completed out of 12?
So right now, if I think if you heard about or not, in Himachal, I visited many, but not even I touched any one of them right now. So this is the bucket list is still empty. My
Okay.
parents visited, 2 times to Kedar, 2 times to Badrinath, and they also have a plan right now to Dwarka now, income
Mhm.
not Dwarka, basically Puri. So at least they are going to complete those four dhams of our India point of view.
Mhm.
They are going to finish these things. So, but from my point of view, I didn't, visited any one of them, right till now. Yeah, but yeah, we'll
One
try.
day, very soon,
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
very soon, very soon. Um, how do you stay connected with friends despite of your busy schedule?
I think right after this COVID thing, um, I always visit with them, sometimes in a weekly once on Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes not then, in 2 weeks always, at least one of my friends who always near to me. So I visited them, they, pick me and, we talk a lot, for at least 1 or 2 hours and, everything, whatever we did in 2 weeks or whatever we going in life, that's actually whatever the problems we share, that's really been good actually.
And what?
Not only with them, but basically any other, people. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm a friend zone. So always being good within a friends point of view, I really found good people actually. Really, really good people. Yeah.
You're really lucky, actually. And touch wood, it remains the same. Um, what movies or TV shows do you enjoy? Are you into like web series and like having theatrical experiences of movies? Are you into all of those?
I think if I yeah, so movies, if I talk about, yes, patriotic movies, I always like. There are a lot of right now, and I really like those things. Regardless, definitely India context we have, but in from globally perspective also, there is one of my favorite one, which is if you saw that one, it's in Hachi. It's one of
Oh, I have.
yeah.
It's
So that's
so good.
yeah, that's really been, I think I saw that movies maybe 12, 15 times, and every time whenever I see, I'm just getting
You
emotional.
end up crying actually. Like it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And it's been a really good story. I think that okay, animals also have a heart, So this is something like that. I'm being over there. I'm also being book side, which I mentioned to you earlier, right? So there are few books which I wrote from just recently, I completed, So the one of them is being from Robin Sharma 5 a.m. Club.
Okay.
Really been interesting that how you manage your day when you woke up 2 hours early from your scheduled time, basically. Really inspired me. Second one is there is another person, Ramji Kamath from, he's also a technology person, and really challenging story which I saw from him. He's stating his own story in really good words. Actually, I really like that one also. From ouch to oops, something like that. Really been interesting when I saw that one. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Anupam, are there any personal goals or project that you are currently working on?
Yes, I think there are. One of them is uh, I need to work onto my personal health more and more, getting older, growing older, something like that. So because I get inspired with my parents in the age of those 60, 65, somewhere around when, they are, I saw them in the very early career, similar to my age, they are not getting fatigued, even though they did a lot of work, so and definitely with them, with that energy, I just want to be in my life also. Because that I stated something like this, physically somebody have to be at least fit, right? Mentally have to be strong somewhere point of view, that, okay, if there is stress is being coming, you have a way to come out of it. And then definitely an angle, which I mentioned, chanting or spiritually, you need to be connected with all these three things together. And then very important part of our life these days is financial. So if your 3 points in the top is being covered, I think the financially, definitely it's not going to be far away from you. Yeah. So this is how I put the things, in a sequence, maybe. Yeah, maybe other people's have some different perspective. Mine is something like this. I see this thing. Yeah.
No, you are absolutely right, actually.
Yeah.
Overall, for the overall well-being, these three are very important thing to be considered.
Yes.
Yes. So last question. If you are to describe yourself in a line, what would that be?
Okay. So I need to go back to my school days, and I'm a good listener and reader. That's how I can. Maybe there are others, but I can say this thing. I cannot praise myself. So listener and reader is something like that, which I always do. I listen very carefully. I just try to be. I cannot say I'm a good listener, but I try to be a good listener. Yeah, this is how I can say.
That's really nice, actually. So we are done with our second round, which is the personal questions round. We are towards the last round.
Mhm.
And as mentioned while I was introducing everything, that we have a very small surprise if you like answer really well. Um, it's a rapid fire round, and you have to be very quick and very witty while you are answering. Okay.
Try to
Uh,
be.
yeah,
Okay.
I think you will be.
Okay.
Okay, let's get started. Tea or coffee?
Neither of them.
Okay. Anything else?
I
Like, is
prefer,
there?
yeah, I never took, tea and coffee very casually, maybe once in a year, maybe 6 months, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, like you are out of the debate. Complete debate. You are out of. Like, you are
Yeah. That's kind of, I'm being from a border perspective, I'm being good. Yeah.
okay. Great. Early bird or night owl?
I'm being early out, not a night owl, but early word actually, early
Okay.
word.
Favorite tech gadget?
Favorite tech gadget? I think definitely everyone's having a smartphone these days, but I love the watches basically. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I love the watches. Better
Uh,
than, because it distract all the time. Phone distract.
mhm. Um, Biggest inspiration in life?
Biggest inspiration, I think there are many people. Um, Definitely from my family, and I inspired with them. One of my uncle, my father, definitely, and then I put, if go outside, then APJ Abdul Kalam. Recently I'm just reading their book also. So there are a lot of people. Then yeah, there are a lot of people
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Favorite cuisine?
Favorite
Cuisine.
was that?
The kind of food that you like. Indian, Chinese. Do you like what?
Yes, it's been Indian itself, and yeah, it's been Indian. I can be specific.
North Indian, South Indian. We have like so
Lady,
much diversity in our country.
lady finger, the one which I really like, and I love to eat 3 times in a day.
Oh, great, great.
Yeah.
Android or iOS?
I'm onto the iOS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Book you are currently reading.
Book I am currently reading is this 5 a.m. club is yet
Yeah.
to finish, So,
Okay.
and then another one from technology perspective, what I'm just reading is humanizing data strategy. So I told you earlier that
Yeah.
how the humanizing thing. So I'm just reading that book also, very famous one also.
Most used app on your phone.
I think it's LinkedIn.
Favorite way to relax.
Favorite way to relax is nap.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. So that is it for our entire conversation. This has been a wonderful experience. And yeah, before like giving the closing statements, I mentioned about the surprise. Um, so it was really fun conversation with you. So our team will be getting in touch with you, and you would be receiving an ebook with along with other goodies from our or from the side of our team. Or write to your address. So embrace yourself and be ready for the surprise. The ebook would be autographed by the author himself. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So and again, for the towards the closing statement, this has been a wonderful experience, Anupam. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did having you on this show. I again thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and having this session with us. We are like very much obliged. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys to connect with me. I think this is I think this is second time, earlier I'm being a conference speaker. Now I'm just talking with people. So amazing people, I wish you guys also been best of luck and thank you have me over here, thank you for listening me, I would say. Yeah.
It was an absolute pleasure, and the insights that we have gained having conversation with you was amazing, actually. And we are very much looking to the podcast that you have mentioned in our while we were talking. We are very much looking forward to that. And for our audience, please stay tuned to this and many other interesting coffee conversation episodes on our YouTube channel, The Coffee Conversation Show. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Look, we would be looking forward to another interesting conversation with another guest speaker. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.